Hello everybody. Today we are going to start work, power and energy. I hope you all got material. Let us start MCQ. The first one. How much work does a pulling force 40 Newton do on the 20 kg box in pulling it 8 meter across the floor at constant speed? The pulling force is directed 60° above the horizontal. So work done is equal to force into displacement. So FD cos theta, force of 40 Newton, displacement was of 8 meter given, and the angle is 60°. Cos 60 is 1 by 2. So it is 1 by 2, 2 fours are, so 14 fours are 160 joule. Very basic level question. If you see past year's papers, you will find similar questions also. Very basic question. Let us go for question number 2. The horizontal force of 5 Newton is required to maintain velocity of 2 meter per second for a block of 10 kg mass sliding over a rough surface. The work done by this force in 1 minute. Work done in 1 minute. So velocity is given. So work done is equal to, what is the answer? Type your answer. Type your answer. Yes, it is A. A, correct, correct. Rucha correct. Yes, correct. Manan correct. Hers correct. Uttam correct. So it is 600 joule. Is it fine, everybody? Almost all have given the same answer. It's a basic question only. Work done in a given time. Fine. So you have force, you can find the displacement in that time. Okay. So force into displacement. Force is 5 Newton. Displacement is a constant velocity. Constant velocity means distance equal to velocity into time. Constant velocity. So distance is equal to velocity into time. 600 joule. Question number 3. Work done in time t on a body of mass m, which is accelerated from rest to speed v in time t1, as a function of time t is given by, understand question properly. Find the answer. Now, here the question is, we have to find the work done in time t on a body of mass m. The mass is m, which is accelerated from rest to speed v in time t1. So work done is equal to force into displacement. Remember, it is accelerated motion. So displacement s is equal to ut plus 1 half at square. U is 0, so it is from rest, so 1 half at square. And force equal to mass into acceleration. So it is 1 half a square mt square. Now acceleration. Acceleration is equal to change in velocity upon time. The speed was v after time t1. After time t1. Remember this t1. So it is v by t1. Good one. I'll upload it on a YouTube also. So you can pause that and you can pause the video and you can check the solution again. If you have any problem, you can ask me separately. Let us go for the next one. What is the shape of a graph between speed and kinetic energy of the body? Kinetic energy is 1/2 mv square. So K proportional to V square. So it's a parabola. Let me give you idea of all possible graphs. Mainly for biology students. Remember, when any quantity is proportional to other quantity, direct proportion, the graph is a straight line. When any quantity is proportional to the square of the other quantity or root of the other quantity. Root means b is proportional to a square in this case. The graph is parabola. Exponential, you know, e raised to something. That is exponential. Now hyperbola. Suppose I want to draw a graph between x and y. Suppose you have a arrangement like this. These are constant. If x and y are related this way, then it is ellipse. Ellipse means oval. If a equal to b, then it is circle. It means, suppose for example, you have x square plus y square equal to 30. Then the nature of graph of x versus y is circle. Remember, both have same sign. If there is a negative sign here or here, then it is hyperbola. Math students have studied in detail. Biology students, you should know this thing. That's it, nothing else. Okay, I hope you all have written this. Let me go for the next question. When a body moves with some friction, friction is a dissipative force. Energy will be reduced, wasted. What happens is naturally speed reduces, so kinetic energy reduces, so it loses kinetic energy, correct? Momentum is constant. Momentum is m into v. Velocity will reduce. So A is not answer. It loses kinetic energy but gains potential energy. I'll discuss this separately. It's not the answer. Kinetic energy and momentum both reduces. That is correct. So answer is option C here. So when a body moves with some friction, then its speed decreases. So kinetic energy also decreases. Momentum also decreases. Let us understand when to use this one. In case of a conservative field and force, kinetic energy lost equal to potential energy gain, or potential energy lost equal to kinetic energy gain. Understood? So kinetic energy will be converted to potential, potential will be converted to kinetic energy. But in case of only conservative field fields are electric field, magnetic field, gravitation field. There are no other conservative field. So don't worry. So if you have any one of these three, it means kinetic energy lost equal to potential energy gain, or potential energy lost equal to kinetic energy gain, or initial kinetic energy plus potential energy equal to final kinetic energy and potential energy. It's very simple. Okay, let's go for next question. A bullet of mass m moving with velocity v strikes a suspended wooden block m. If the block rises to a height h, suppose it is suspended this way, then bullet this way. Now the block rises to a height h. This block rises to height h. Initial velocity of the block. Remember, it is block. Actually, in examination, they may ask the velocity of bullet also. So this is a separate question. We'll separately discuss it. Now, initial velocity of the block. If it reaches to height h, it is simple, under root 2 gh. Or initial kinetic energy is equal to final potential energy. We are assuming that bullet penetrates into the block. So V equal to under root 2 gh. So here answer is A. But if I am a paper setter, I would ask question. I would ask velocity of bullet instead of block. So remember, here we can't use kinetic energy lost by the bullet equal to the potential energy gained by bullet plus block, because bullet penetrates into the block. It means there is a collision, and during collision there is always energy loss. Here energy cannot be conserved. Here energy means mechanical energy. So we can't use that concept. But during every collision, we know that momentum conserved. So this is a momentum of bullet, and this is the momentum of a final system. V for bullet plus block velocity. So V is equal to m plus m upon m under root 2 gh. So that will be option B. But here answer is A. Remember, here answer is A. But if the question is to find velocity of a bullet, then answer is option B. So make sure that you are not making that mistake. Remember, let me do a calculation that generally students are doing, which is not correct. You can't say that kinetic energy lost by the bullet equal to the potential energy gained by block. You can't do this. This is wrong, not correct. Because here in collision, energy will be lost. Okay, let us go for the next question. We'll discuss few theories also. Question number 7. There will be decrease in potential energy of the system. Potential energy reduces if the work is done upon the system by. When will its potential energy decreases? You take one example. For example, if I release the ball, then it will go down. Its potential energy decreases. Why decreases? Because Earth is pulling it. So who is doing work? Earth's gravitation force. Gravitation force is a conservative force. So here answer is option C. Gujarati medium students, conservative means Sarakshi. Understood everybody? Any doubt? If you have any doubt, you can ask me. The slope of kinetic energy displacement curve of a particle in motion is kinetic energy versus displacement. Let me explain it in a simple way. When you are asked to find the slope, then you should find y by x. Simple. So here y is kinetic energy. Sorry, 1/2 mv square. Let me wrap this. Upon displacement means d. So it is joule per meter. Joule per meter. Now joule equal to Newton meter. So Newton equal to joule per meter. So this is directly proportional to Newton means force. So force means acceleration. Force means acceleration. Directly proportional to acceleration. Or another way, mathematics for A group students. Kinetic energy is 1/2 mv square. I want to find slope. It means dk by dx. So that is 1/2 m v square. That is 2v and dv by dx. 2 will get cancelled. Remember, this is not suggestible for B group students, only for A group students. The next step is m v dv by dx. We don't have any quantity with dv by dx, so we will do dv by dt and dt by dx. So dt by dx is 1 by v. This will get cancelled and it is m, and dv by dt means a. This is a. So answer is option C. Okay. Let us go for question number 9. The energy required to accelerate car from 20 meter per second to 10 meter per second to 20 meter per second is how many times the energy required to accelerate the car from rest to 10 meter per second. So suppose I want to increase speed from 10 to 20. So energy requirement is this. In second case, I want to increase the speed from 0 to 10. So this is energy requirement. I just want to find this is how many times than this. Understood? This is cancelled. This is 400 minus 100. That is 300. Sorry. And this is 100. So n equal to 3. It means 0 to 10, you require less energy. 10 to 20, you require more energy. 20 to 30, you require more energy. Easy question. Question number 10. A body of mass 2 kg slides down a curved drag this way. Which is quadrant of a circle of radius 1 meter. All the surfaces are frictionless, so there is no dissipation of energy. There is no loss of energy. If the body starts from rest, is speed at the bottom, there is no dissipation. It means potential energy lost equal to kinetic energy gain. It's a very simple. So V equal to under root of 2gh. H is 1 meter. So under root 20, that comes to around 4.5 approximately, which is option A. Which is option A. Yes, KU, it's correct, option A. Easy question. Let us go for the next question. The kinetic energy of a body decreases by 36%. Decreases by 36%. It means 64% left. Decreases to 36% is different than decreases by 36%. The decrease in its momentum is, what is the relation between kinetic energy and momentum? Kinetic energy is 1/2 mv square. Let me multiply and divide by m. So numerator is p square and denominator is 2m. So kinetic energy is proportional to the momentum square. So they may ask, what is the nature of graph of p, k versus p, parabola? Remember one more thing, if they ask what is the nature of graph of root p versus k, then it is a straight line. Is it correct? Now here answer. Okay, a few of you have given the answer. Let me check. 20%. So it it is 60%, 64% left. It means P left 80%. Or you can do this way: K1 upon K2 equal to P1 square upon P2 square. Let me say K1 is a new kinetic energy and P1 is a new momentum. So I'm writing here now. Let me change the pen. K1 is a new kinetic energy. So that is 64%. So that is 0.64 K2 upon K2. P1 square we need to find. P2, sorry, yeah. So now we get P1 equal to 0.8 P2. P2 is a old one. It means P1 is 80% of old one. So new momentum is 80%, or it is reduced by 20%. So yeah, the decrease, we need to find decrease. So it is 20. Okay. Question number 12. A bomb of mass 3 kg explodes into two pieces of mass m kg and 2 m kg. If the velocity of m kg mass is 16 meter per second, then total kinetic energy released. Kinetic energy is 1/2 mv square. So mass of the first part and its velocity is 16. 1/2 mass of the second part, we need to find its velocity. This is kinetic energy released. Remember, during the explosion of the bomb, total momentum will remain constant. So initially it was stationary. So initial momentum is 0. Final momentum of first one m into 16. Second one, it is 2m is its velocity. So its speed will be 8 meter per second. We'll get negative sign suggesting that both are in opposite direction. One on left, then other must be on right. Okay. So here it is 8 square. So it is 16 square, 256, 256 by 2, that is 128 m. And this is 64 m. So it is 192 m. Remember, it is not a millijoule, it is 192 m joule is the answer. Okay. Okay. Now we have question based on collision. Before starting the collision topic, we have to go through the rest part of the theory. I will take a separate session for the collision because it's very crucial and important topic. Let us revise few of the theories which are there before collision. Okay, this thing we know, this thing we know. Work done, negative. Remember, when we have fixed force, work done is given by this formula, F constant, fixed. When we have variable force, we will use this concept, F dot dl. This is also called line integration of a force. You have studied line integration of an electric field as an electric potential. Line integration of magnetic field is a magnetic potential. Line integration of gravitation field is a gravitational potential. Work done is same as potential. And if we take it for a unit charge, unit mass or unit pole, field will become force. Field will become force. Fine, everybody? Just go through this conversion also. You can note down the page number 70, sorry, 7. This conversion, energy conversion is only for your knowledge purpose. Kinetic energy is 1/2 mv square. Yeah, see this part. Now kinetic energy is p square by 2f. So if I draw a graph of p square versus kinetic energy or v, sorry, not v, then it is a straight line. But if I draw a graph of p versus kinetic energy, then it is a parabola. Here, if I draw a graph of p versus root e or root k, then it is a straight line. You can see that kinetic energy versus velocity, then it is a parabola. Is E versus V graph. E versus V graph. But suppose momentum is constant. So what is the formula? Kinetic energy is P square by 2A. So kinetic energy, here they are denoting it by E. So we'll denote it by E only. If P is constant, then E is proportional to 1 upon M. Then this is the graph. P versus root E, then it is a straight line. Now stopping distance. Suppose, see this figure. The car is moving with a velocity v. We apply some resistive force. It can be friction, or we are pushing it, or we are applying a brake. Suppose after covering distance x, it has been stopped. Then that distance x is called a stopping distance. So what is the total work done here by a resistive force? That is change in kinetic energy. So initial kinetic energy is 1/2 mv square. Final kinetic energy is 0. So this is the work done. Now work done is equal to force into stopping distance. So stopping distance is equal to 1/2 mv square upon f. So should remember this formula. Okay. Now what is initial momentum? Mv. What is final momentum? 0, because car is stopped. Newton's second law. It is F equal to delta P by delta T. So initial momentum, final momentum, T minus 0. So what is time? P by F. That is mv by f. This is the stopping time. Now this point number 3 at the page number 11 is very important. So you just write down the page number, spend some time, fine. And if you have any query, you can ask me. I'm revising it for your better understanding. Suppose I want to find the ratio of the stopping distances of the two different vehicles by the same retarding force. Suppose we have a bicycle, I'm stopping it. We have a car, I'm stopping it. I'm applying same force on both of them. I just want to check. I just want to find their stopping distance. Remember, stopping distance is given by energy upon force. We just did it here. Energy upon force, but force is same. So it is just energy half mv square upon half mv square. So half will be cancelled. This is the formula. Same force here. So T1 upon T2 will be P1 upon P2 because force is same. Remember, force is same. Just go through this part also. Now we need to discuss few cases also. Let us say two vehicles possesses same velocity. So velocities are same here. The upper part. And if we are applying same retarding force, same force to stop it, then the stopping distance ratio will be m1 upon m2. The stopping time ratio will be m1 upon m2. So in examination, this will be directly asked. You can't learn all this. You have to understand it. Put it or not, spend some time, read question properly during exam, try to analyze it. It won't take more time. It's just a matter of practice. If vehicle possesses same kinetic energy, so P1 upon P2, same kinetic energy. So you can see that if kinetic energies are same, then x1 upon x2. Now, sorry, kinetic momentum, not energy. So x1 upon x2 is equal to p square by 2m and p square by 2m. So it will be cancelled. It is m2 by m1. In next session, we'll discuss this from this part again. Fine. We'll keep up to here today.